Welcome all. This is video number 358 and this video is about introduction to vector auto-regression. Marco del Negro of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and Frank Schorfheide of the University of Pennsylvania in their 2011 seminal paper on Bayesian econometrics, which was prepared for Handbook on Bayesian econometrics, remarked that at first glance VARs appear to be straightforward multivariate generalizations of univariate autoregressive models. At second sight, they turn out to be one of the key empirical tools in modern macroeconomics. VARs, therefore, are the mainstay of modern macroeconometric models. The question is, what exactly VARs are? VARs simply are multivariate linear time series models which are designed to capture the dynamics of multivariate time series. The endogenous variables are functions of lagged values of all endogenous variables, and VARs are simple and flexible alternatives to traditional multiple equation models. Now coming to historical overview of vector autoregression models, the history of VARs can be traced back to Sims' critique. Christopher Sims, who was awarded the 2011 Nobel Prize in Economics Sciences with Thomas Sargent, and the Nobel Committee cited their empirical research on cause and effect in the macroeconomy. The economists who spoke at the press conference announcing the award emphasized Sargent's and Sims' analysis of role of people's expectations. And Sims' seminal article, which was titled as Macroeconomics and Reality, and that was published in Econometrica in 1980. It was a criticism of both the usual econometric interpretation of large-scale Keynesian econometric models and of Robert Lucas's influential earlier criticism of these Keynesian models, which is known as the so-called Lucas critique. Keynesian econometricians had claimed that with sufficiently accurate theoretical assumptions about the structure of the economy, correlations among the macroeconomic variables could be used to measure the strengths of various structural connections in the economy. Sims, on the other hand, argued that there was no basis for thinking that these theoretical assumptions were sufficiently accurate. Such so-called identifying assumptions were, as Sims remarked, literally incredible. However, according to Sims, what was needed for forecasting was a model that captured the complex dynamics and interrelationships among various variables and not the one that revealed the deeper structural connections. Sims therefore proposed an alternative to large-scale macroeconometric models, that is, the vector auto-regression models were proposed by Sims as an alternative to large-scale macroeconomic models. In Sims' view, the VAR had the advantages of the earlier macro models in that it could capture the complex interactions among a relatively large number of variables which are needed for policy analysis, and yet did not rely on as many questionable theoretical assumptions. This was the Sims critique. With subsequent developments by Sims and others, the VAR models became a major tool of macroeconomic analysis, which are used for empirical investigation. What VARs are used for? VAR models are used for different purposes. The first purpose of VAR model is that they can be used for forecasting. So VARs provide superior forecasts to the univariate models and sometimes elaborate theory-based simultaneous equation models. So reduced form VARs are sufficient. Secondly, VARs can also be used for structural or policy analysis, which means that structural VARs can be used to investigate the response to shocks. For example, what happens to prices and output when there are demand side shocks. Another use of the VARs is to analyze the sources of business cyclical fluctuations, or they can provide the benchmark for modern macroeconomic theories that can be evaluated. So the road map for VARs is that first of all we have to specify and estimate the reduced form of VAR. So the first basic building block is specification and estimation of reduced form VAR. And when we estimate the reduced form VAR, then we will check the model. If it is okay, then we can use it for forecasting, and we can use it for structural VAR specification and estimation. If the model is not good, then we can re-specify and re-estimate it. And we can also use the short-run dynamics and impulse response analysis. Similarly, forecast error variation decomposition can also be used. Now, regarding estimation of VARs, the estimation of VARs can be performed by using ordinary least squares method, which is applied equation by equation. And these estimates, which are found out by using OLS, are consistent, efficient, as well as they are equivalent to GLS. Regarding general specification choices, we need to select various variables that need to be included in accordance with the economic theory, or selection of these variable can be based on empirical evidence, or it can be based on experience or intuition, or by discussion with the experts in the field of macroeconometric modeling. Exogenous variable can also be included, and we may have constant, time trends, and other additional explanatory variables. Non-stationary level data is often transformed to log levels or log differences or growth rates. And another thing in general specification choices is that the model should be parsimonious. That is, we may use not many variables, otherwise we will lose degrees of freedom. So we may use a parsimonious model in which there are fewer variables, but their prediction and explanation are the best. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your attention. This was a brief introduction to VARs in macroeconometrics. I hope this was of help to you. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon for timely notifications of my other videos that I'll upload for you. I thank you very much for watching this video and the channel. Kindly share this channel and videos with your friends, with your colleagues, and with your students. I thank you a lot.